One of the things that I think we have to look at when it comes to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in this playoff push is the Antonio Brown effect and how it might affect things going forward. One of the things that Antonio Brown specifically, I think, is trying to do and was trying to do when he went on that podcast in the aftermath of his meltdown and getting cut, he kind of went after Tom Brady a little bit. But in the process of going after Tom Brady, he said that Tom Brady makes all the decisions. Tom Brady's the GM. Tom Brady's the coach. Nothing happens there without Tom Brady's approval. And I think all of us sitting there watching kind of agree that that's probably the case.
Yes.
But it's not like Bruce Arians doesn't have an ego either. And we had this story that came out yesterday. Tom Brady defies coach's orders to get Rob Gronkowski $1 million. We always see these incentives and things that happen at the end of the season. For Gronkowski, I think he needed like 750 yards and 55 catches. Each of those things were worth $500,000. And when it came down to it in the fourth quarter, Gronkowski needed another catch to be able to get $500,000. And Tom Brady, apparently defying orders of the coaches, went back in the game. And we do have some clips together right here. Tom Brady didn't want to get out of the game until he got Rob Gronkowski one more reception. Let's watch this.
The pass, you know he's not going to try and hand it off. But when you could do either, the running back's like, okay, I'm not taking it. You're not taking me out.
He says, you're not taking me out when looking back to the coach. And then does go in.
Let's see who has more power, Brady or Arians. Who's in the game?
Whitfield picked it up. Well, they're trying
to get Gronk his 50 grand, or what was it?
Try to earn him some money. Well, JB, that's
right there.
Kind of dicey there. And Tom Brady's been pulled from the game.
That's what it was. They wanted to get him.
So he goes back in the game, defies coach's orders, specifically just to get Rob Gronkowski $500,000, which, you know, that's what he's going to do. You see a lot of this stuff. But what do you think that means, Jeremy, in terms of the Buccaneers and how Bruce Arians and Tom Brady may feel about each other?
Yeah, I mean, Bruce Arians, I think that Bruce Arians is in a position to where he knows why he's in the position he's in right now. He's been coaching for a long, long time. He finally ends up with Tom Brady as his quarterback. And coincidentally enough, guess what? He wins a Super Bowl. So this is a situation where Brady's never been in this situation because Belichick has so much control and command, of his locker room. Bruce Arians is he's been kind of described as a player's coach, a loosey-goosey, a little bit laid back, one of the guys. So I do think the timing is very interesting considering the Antonio Brown thing happened. And then Antonio says like, oh, Tom makes the calls. And again, I think we all knew Tom makes the calls. It's almost like LeBron. LeBron makes the calls, on his team. That, you know what I mean? That's just how it is. It's obviously different circumstances here. Timing is very interesting, but at the end of the day, I think both of these men know their role. Brady will know how to publicly put. It's almost like going into a wrestling term. He'll know how to put Arians over publicly. You know what I mean? Yep. He'll know what to do. He'll know what to say. He'll put him over publicly. And at the end of the day, this is all about, forget the reality of what happened on the field. It's about what sound bites they're going to give the media. And Brady's not going to give them a sound bite. That's what it comes down to. Brady's not going to give them a sound bite.
And Bruce Arians already came out today and said something that I think, again, like you said, both of them know the deal and they know that they can't let it appear that way. Bruce Arians came out and said it's essentially insane if Tom Brady doesn't win the MVP this year. I think John sent a super chat with the direct quote. We got John Matrix from Matrix and Road Show. Just ordered some wings for the big game tonight. Bruce Arians said it's a travesty. That's what he said. It's a travesty if Tom Brady doesn't win the MVP. And some people are saying maybe they did it as a shot to AB because Antonio Brown was complaining about targets. He wanted those incentives. I personally think it was more about getting Gronkowski $500,000 than really any kind of message to Antonio Brown. But a lot to look forward to when it comes to how this drama may continue to play out, especially if Antonio Brown continues to run his mouth.
Well, the thing about Brady is he's always thrived off of controversy or doubt or whatever. He creates it. He creates fake controversies. This is what Nick Saban does. You know what I mean? This is what Ryan accused me of doing when the 100K stuff, downplaying the 100K, and he was 100% right. I hate when Ryan calls me out on shit, and he's usually right when he does it. But that's what Brady does. So I think Brady's just going to use any of this to his advantage. There's a lot of drama in Tampa Bay. Don't get it twisted. There's a lot of drama. There's no doubt about that. But you have a true leader that knows how to capitalize off of that drama. That's the difference in Brady and pretty much everyone else, is that he knows how to capitalize off the drama. He knows how to funnel that into motivation. And so that's essentially what I think is going to happen. And they need it now more than ever, because Tampa Bay is not the best team in football. They're not even the best team in the NFC. And they need and they went into it favored. And it's always tough when you're favored. It's always tough when you're the person or the team that's expected to win, because it creates a lot of things in your mind, and you have to figure out how to make yourself overcome those things. Right now, they're not the best team on paper, and they went into it considered to be the best team. But all this drama, I think Brady takes that and spins it into an advantage.